Hi everyone, it's me Dasha. Today I'm going to paint a cozy autumn illustration with some new paints. I bought a 12-tube set of Faber-Castell watercolor tubes and 3 tubes of Van Gogh watercolor, but I won't be using the Van Gogh tubes in this video. As usual, I start by preparing my materials. I'm using a Canson watercolor pad, my palette, and a jar of water. I'll attach the sketch and the reference for today's illustration in the video description. I'm going to use only 5 colors today, so I squeeze them out on the palette right away. One note, fresh tube paint is a little awkward to work with for me. I prefer painting with the paint on the palette the next day, after it's had time to dry a bit. First color, Burnt Ochre 187. I use it to paint the pages of the book, the candle, and the basket. On the candle, I leave the flame unpainted. With a stronger version of the same color, I add strokes on the pumpkins in the darker areas. Black diluted with water. I mix black with water and use it to paint the light white pumpkins and to wash other areas of the illustration. I make accents in the folds of the fabric and in shadowed areas. Next, I mix burnt ochre with a little black to deepen the dark zones in the basket. Dark cadmium, orange 115 adds brightness to the pumpkins and their folds. With that orange mixed with cadmium yellow 107, I paint the maple leaf. While the first wash on the leaf dries, I define the glass jar of the candle with black. Back to burnt ochre 187. I add contour strokes on the leaf and build up volume to match the reference. I darken the part of the leaf that falls into shadow and keep refining the shape so it resembles the example more closely. Now I add more light to the candle with a yellower mix. I leave only the small triangular shape of the flame unpainted. I mix burnt ochre 187, cadmium yellow 107, and dark cadmium orange 115 for the little leaves lying in the basket. With a clean brush, I lift a bit of paint from the center area to create a highlight, then paint the other two leaves with a slightly darker tone. I add a bit more burnt ochre where needed. Using the same warm color, I paint the inside of the basket. I dilute black with water to get a transparent light gray and use it to darken the pages of the book. I keep looking at the reference to see where to add more cast shadows from the surrounding objects. For example, there will also be a shadow on the book pages from the maple leaf. For the pale white pumpkins, I mix a little yellow and gray and make a very transparent wash. Lots of water on the palette. I paint the light pumpkins with this wash. Then I define the pumpkin form and shadows with a slightly darker color. For the pumpkin stems, I mix black with yellow and a drop of dark ochre. I paint them with this first layer and I use the same mixture to paint the acorns in the basket. With a clean, bright, burnt ochre 187, I add short strokes inside the basket to suggest the woven texture. I also lightly indicate the weaving on the basket rim. I add a darker layer again to increase contrast and visually separate the lighter rim of the basket from its main body. Next, I add a shadow to the candle jar. Using a second, more saturated layer, I paint the background under the basket, near the candle and under the maple leaf on the book pages. These kinds of shadows give the painting depth and volume. From here, I work layer by layer, gradually intensifying the colors on each element of the illustration. I refine details, add texture to the acorns and pumpkin stems, deepen shadows under the leaves in the basket, and paint veins on the leaves. It's helpful to have the reference right in front of you, but don't forget to step away from your painting sometimes. Coming back with fresh eyes helps you spot differences. You can also take periodic photos to look at the piece through the camera. That gives a fresh perspective. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Thanks so much for watching. I hope your painting turned out beautifully. Share your results in the comments.